Welcome to today's Explainer. We're bringing the energy of a live sports broadcast to Chapter 4 of our playbook to break down the totally thrilling world of individual games. So if you've ever wondered what it actually takes to stand completely alone on the track, the court, or the mat, well, you are definitely in the right place. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with the ultimate question about the psychology of the solo athlete. Do you like the idea of playing an individual sport and being entirely responsible for your own win or, your own loss? Because think about it, when you strip away the teammates, the success or failure rests 100% on your own shoulders. It's just you out there. And honestly, that intense accountability is exactly what makes these sports so fascinating.
To make this explainer super easy to digest, we've structured it exactly like a sports playbook. We're going to cover 1. Power of solo sports, 2. Athletics, track and field, 3. Badminton, speed and skill, 4. Table tennis tactics, and finally, 5. Gymnastics and wrestling basics.
All right, Section 1. Power of solo sports, graceful and self-reliant.
So, what are we actually talking about here? Well, these are defined as sports with an individualistic approach, really characterized by the graceful skills of the players. And participating in these games is highly recommended, no matter your age. Why? Because they both require and build this incredible blend of immense overall health, well-being, and absolute technical mastery. It's the whole shebang.
Moving right along to Section 2, Athletics, Track and Field, the oldest sporting events.
Tracing the chronological climb of athletics is like opening a time capsule. We start all the way back in 776 BC with a single stadium foot race in Olympia, Greece. Crazy, right? Then we fast forward to the 1850s with the advent of the steeplechase in England, which essentially birthed competitive hurdling. Fast forward a bit more to 1880, and the very first national body, the Amateur Athletic Association, gets established, paving the way right up to the formation of the modern international governing body, the IAAF, in 1912.
Now, in the modern era, running events are tightly categorized by distance. It's a pretty clean system. You've got your short-distance sprints like the lightning-fast 100-meter, your middle-distance 800-meter races, and your grueling long-distance runs like the 10,000-meter. This breakdown also neatly separates out the highly technical hurdle races and road events like the 20-kilometer walk.
And on the other side of the athletics coin, we have the field events. These are cleanly split into two camps. First, athletes who jump, so folks competing in the long jump, high jump, triple jump, or pole vault. And second, athletes who throw. These are the absolute powerhouses relying on raw power and technique for the shot put, discus, javelin, and hammer throw.
If we look closer at the track, proper hurdle mechanics require this just explosive rhythm and precision. Honestly, it's not just about running fast. It's about absolute mechanical perfection. You have to literally glide over that barrier without losing a single millisecond of your stride. This strict focus on form definitely translates into the field events too, especially the high jump. Specifically, the famous Fosbury flop technique. Mastering this complete action sequence demands incredible biomechanics to arch backward over that crossbar. This move completely revolutionized the sport. It really goes to show how innovation and physics play a massive, massive role in an individual athlete's success.
Okay, let's switch gears. Section 3. Badminton, speed and skill. Lightweight, high pace.
For badminton, the essential gear includes the famously lightweight racket and the feathered shuttle. And fun fact here, that shuttle has exactly 16 feathers fixed into its base, every single time. Now, to execute a flawless serve, your grip is everything. It is literally the absolute foundation of your control and your power.
Now, the scoring system here, it is aggressive and incredibly fast-paced. Matches are basically a best-of-3 sprint to 21 points, and the stakes are super high because a point is scored on every single serve, regardless of who served it. So there is absolutely no room to relax. You have to be locked in continuously.
Okay, believe it or not, our source material actually claims a fiercely hit shuttlecock can reach an unbelievable speed of more than 2,000 miles per hour. Now, actually, scratch that. That's definitely got to be a typo in the textbook, unless badminton players are secretly breaking the sound barrier on the weekends. But honestly, when you're standing on that court, it absolutely feels that fast. It requires almost superhuman reflexes to track an object moving at those kinds of velocities. Moving from the court to the table. Section 4. Table tennis tactics, spin, grip, and reflexes.
Table tennis is wild because it has this strict dual nature. First, you have this intense, pin-drop quiet focus required to prepare a low-toss serve. And then, literally a split second later, boom, you're thrust into the rapid-fire, reflex-heavy reality of a live volley. It's a game of microscopic physical adjustments and just massive mental processing speed.
And just like in badminton, the foundation of your tactics entirely lies in your grip. In table tennis, you're primarily choosing between the very common shake-hand grip or the more specialized penhold grip. That single choice right there, it dictates your entire style of play, your reach, and exactly how you generate spin. It's a real game changer.
Now, if you're playing a doubles match, the strategy gets even tighter. There's this fascinating rule that dictates during the change of service, the previous receiver immediately becomes the server, and the partner of the previous server becomes the receiver. Talk about a mouthful, right? But basically, this forces constant communication and lightning-fast physical rotation around the table. You gotta be totally in sync.
All right, our final stop, Section 5, Gymnastics and Wrestling Basics, Agility and Combat.
We absolutely have to talk about this modern-day heroic achievement from the gymnastics world. At the Rio 2016 Olympics, Dipa Karmakar, known as the Golden Girl, became the first Indian girl to ever qualify for gymnastics. And in an ultimate display of individual bravery, she was one of only 5 gymnasts globally to successfully execute the Produnova on the world stage. For context, that is widely considered the most dangerous and difficult vault in the entire sport. Just wow.
And stepping off the vaulting runway and onto the mat, we look at wrestling. This sport demands immense physical power and serious tactical leverage. Wrestlers generally have to choose their combat style, mastering either the dynamic, full-body attacks allowed in freestyle wrestling or restricting themselves to the highly technical upper-body grapples of the Greco-Roman style. Both are absolutely grueling.
So, from the ancient tracks of Greece to the modern high-speed rallies of the badminton court, Chapter 4 of our playbook has really shown us the incredible diversity and mental toughness required in these games. The only question left to ask yourself as we wrap up today's explainer is this. Considering the sheer discipline, the isolation, and of course the chance for ultimate personal glory, which individual sport will you step up to master?